Hi guys, this is Fred Tips and welcome to the Q&A session. Hi Harsh, hi Abhishek, hi Ojasvi. So this is going to be a quick one. So we're going to discuss a wildcard draft, a free hit team, and that's it. If you guys have any questions, please mention them in the live chat. I'm going to answer them too. So if you got any questions to start with, you could put them up. Since I do not see any questions, I'm going to start with the video. Okay, we're going to start with the wildcard draft first. So for keepers, we're going to take Guetta as my main keeper. Okay, Harsh says Sasta defender, Sasta, like cheap defender. If from people who are watching me out of India, cheap defender Harsh. I'll come back to that after I pick a goalkeeper. That's going to be around 4 million. That's going to be Button. He's always been my secondary keeper. Okay, cheap defender. If you want a cheap defender, you could go to the likes of Target or Gilbert. Both of them at 4.4, I think, and they have a good run of fixtures. If you see their fixtures, well, being means is a target 4.4. He faces Southampton, Norwich, Watford, Burnley. So that's a really good run of fixtures, and also he's going to start every game. So Target and Gilbert can be at your watch list. Abhishek says, should I sell Abraham? That's a tough one. Abhishek, well, I myself am confused. Should I sell Abraham or not? Maybe you can keep him till the Southampton fixture if you have other people to sell or other fires to put off. If not, then yes, sell Abraham. I think Chelsea is not at the great form. You can vouch for some other attacker like Rashford or Vardy at this moment. I might go differential with my attack and sell Abraham for someone much more differential to increase my rank. Okay, coming back to the wildcard draft, I have Gilbert. I'm gonna take Kelly. Kelly is gonna start each of the game for Crystal Palace as Cahill and Ward are out for at least 3 or 4 weeks. Then we have the likes of Lundstrom. You cannot miss him. Soyuncu. You can maybe hold on to Soyuncu until gimmick 20 and then bring him back. If you see the next two fixtures are Man City and Liverpool. So after they're done with these two fixtures, you can ping him back for West Ham, Newcastle, Southampton, Burnley, and again West Ham. So yeah, maybe hold on to Soyuncu. Uh, bring in Rico if you've got the money. Bournemouth, they face Burnley this week and then Arsenal next week. After that, they also have a green run of fixtures, which is Brighton, West Ham, Watford, Norwich, Brighton, and Aston Villa. I think Rico could pay for his price. He's involved in the match. He takes the set pieces at times. He's ahead. He plays as a wing back. So I think Rico is a must own. And another player you can own or go for is a Manchester United defender. In my opinion, either Maguire or maybe just Van Bissaka. I think their fixtures improve after they face Arsenal. I think, yeah, Arsenal. The fixtures are really nice, actually. Not even improved. They have Watford, Newcastle, Burnley, and then Arsenal and Norwich. So I think they have a chance of keeping clean sheets against these weak bottom side teams. And yeah, if they can keep clean sheets anytime in the season, this is the time. So maybe you can tap on that potential. Abhishek, I think I've answered. Should you sell Abraham or not? If you own Abraham and if you have other fires to put off, then hold on to him for the Southampton game. I think Chelsea is gonna smash Southampton at least 3 goals. If not, sell him for someone like Jimenez this week and then switch Jimenez to maybe Mopai or someone who has good fixtures. Next in the mid, we have Kevin De Bruyne from Manchester City. You ought to have him in your team. If you still don't have him, guys, if you still don't have him, I'm saying this for a really long time. If you don't have him, please take him. Next in the wild card, if you're taking a wild card, I think if you own Mane, just keep Mane. Do not sell him. If you own Salah, keep him for the Leicester fixture. At least Salah is regaining his form. But if you ask me on a wider perspective, a lot of people asked me that in the last stream as well. If you guys want a player for the entire season, I think Mane is going to lead in points over Salah. So Mane comes into my draft. Then I have Son. Then I have Grealish. I really think that Grealish could be the differential pick over the next few weeks, which could increase your rank. Hi Varun, glad you could make it to the stream. And the fifth midfielder, I think Cantwell is still a nice pick at that price. If you see other lower price players, maybe 5.2 or below, Cantwell is still the second highest scorer, so maybe you can keep him. Fleck, yes, you can keep Fleck as well. He has a bit of tough fixtures, maybe after game week 24, after they face Man City. Fleck or otherwise Cantwell. Harsh says James Madison keeper sell. Harsh, if you have James Madison, I think you can sell him for another 2 or 3 weeks. I think Leicester is going to drop in form. Maybe you can see how they play over the next few game weeks and then bring him back when he has the easy run of fixtures. For now, you can upgrade him to maybe Ali or Marshall. I think those are two best replacements for James Madison at this moment. Coming back to our forward line, we have to own Vardy. He is in and out a great attacker. Rashford, and now you see we have less money remaining. So if you have that kind of a situation, you will have to downgrade either Sun to upgrade this, or you'll have to downgrade Rashford. If you think of downgrading Rashford, then I might want to suggest you Jimenez. He does have a tough run of fixtures, but you can still take a punt on him for the entire season as he plays as an attacker and even in a wide role sometimes. If you do not want Jimenez, another replacement for Jimenez is Yota. He is regaining his form last year. I think he's gonna play nice and he's gonna score a lot of more goals in the upcoming fixtures. So that you see we complete our draft in exact zero point 0.0 remaining. Okay, this draft is with balance 100 million. I think most of you will have more than 100 million in your bank. So obviously you can save money here, a couple of places like at Sun. Maybe obviously if you own Vardy, you would have a lot of money saved there as well, where you can upgrade Jimenez to Abraham easily. Varun says, why have you taken Mane over Salah? Varun, I've said this a couple of times. If you take the entire season, if you're considering a wild card draft, I think Mane will outscore Salah over the season, and that's why I've taken Mane. If you still do not own Mane, I think if you might want to switch. Although if you are a Salah owner like me and still have faith in him, you could keep Salah, keep him for a couple of game weeks, and then maybe it's wise to remove him or double up on them in the double game week. Okay, this is another topic I was wanting to talk on this live stream. Hi Joaquin, I hope I pronounced your name correctly. Bilbao. Yeah, so as I was talking yesterday, Aston Villa won against Liverpool, so that creates a possibility of a double game week in game week 24, where Liverpool plays West Ham and Leicester in the same game week, I think. Yes, Wolves, sorry, not Leicester. They play Wolves and West Ham in the same game week. So if that arises, maybe after Manchester United or Tottenham, you can double up on the Liverpool attack, and then they have a good run of fixtures. They face Southampton, Norwich, West Ham, Watford, Bournemouth, Everton, and Crystal. This is a great run of fixtures. There are 8 fixtures easy where the Liverpool attackers could grab a lot of points. So I think doubling up on Liverpool assets in this area, the 24 to 31, is a good idea to go for. I say 7 million mid options. At this moment, Harsh, if you ask me, Zaha, Fraser, and Grealish are the really hot picks if you want to go for midfield. If you ask me in option of in accordance of priority, I would say Grealish first, Fraser second, and then third Zaha. Luke says, should I go for Pulisic to Lucas Moura? Um, if you're Moura has a bit of risk of rotation, but the way he's playing and with Lamela out, you can do that this week for sure. But it's a tough fixture for Tottenham too. So if you are a Pulisic already and if you've used your free transfer, I don't think it's a wise move. Maybe just wait for the Southampton move. Let's see if Moura starts in the next 2 game weeks. Is he consistent or not? If then, yes, you can switch to Lucas Moura. He's really cheap. He's at 7 million at this moment. He might rise in a game week or two max to 7.2 or 3, which I don't see happening max at 7.1. But even if he rises, it's not a big deal. If you have your free hit on Mr. Bilbao, you should put Kevin De Bruyne in. Yes, I think Kevin De Bruyne will continue his form. He might be involved at least in a goal. In form of an assist or a goal, I do not know, but he'll be involved. And I think they're gonna beat Leicester too. So yeah, you should put him in your draft if you are playing free hit. Sorry guys, I have a bit of cold. So if you can't hear me and you are unable to understand me, I'm really sorry. If you do not hear me clearly, please ask me to repeat the answers in the chat. I'll do that. Don't worry. Harsh says Ings sell or hold. A lot of people were asking me that question. If you look at his fixtures, they face Aston Villa, Chelsea, Crystal, Tottenham, and Leicester and Wolves. He has only one good fixture, which is Aston Villa away from home. But Aston Villa at home are defensively quite compact and they do not leak a lot of goals. So if you want to keep him, you can keep him for one more game week at max and then switch to some other player. Definitely sell him after game week 18. If you have already used your free transfer hush, then maybe just hold on to him. Muse keeper sell. Muse also has a run of tough fixtures, but as you see, you do not have a lot of options at that price. If if after Ancelotti comes to Everton, which he will be starting from Boxing Day, which is next game week or next to next game week, I think. If he plays 4-4-2, which he played at Napoli, and Calvert Lewin is alongside Richarlison, then maybe you can switch from Muse to Calvert Lewin. Luke, if I'm not wrong, he's around the same price bracket. Yes, he's 5.7 and Muse is 5.1. So maybe an upgrade could really prove differential because they face only Man City in the next five, which is tough for them. They face Burnley, Newcastle, Man City, Brighton, West Ham, Newcastle, Watford. I think if you can upgrade Muse to Calvert Lewin, that could be a really good differential. Yes, Varun, you are correct that Sun might outscore him. That being said, we're talking only particularly about this game week, and I think this game week Sun will not outscore De Bruyne. De Bruyne will again score a goal and outscore Sun. Chelsea is not an easy team. Chelsea will try their best. They play 4-3-3. They'll play Kovacic, Jorginho, and Kante in the midfield. It's not going to be easy for Tottenham to move around with the ball because Kante, Jorginho, and Kovacic all are holding midfielders. They play defensively great. And I think Chelsea is going to put a real show up there. Maybe a 2-1 victory for Chelsea, but nothing can be said right now. Ings replacement, that's a nice question. 6.4. I would really suggest to go with King, Joshua King. Not a lot of players are going to opt for him. He is priced at 6.1, I think. With Callum Wilson out, he's the only striker for the team. If you look at his fixtures, he has Burnley, Arsenal at home, Brighton, West Ham, Watford, Norwich, Brighton again, Aston Villa, Sheffield, and Burnley in the next 9 to 10 game weeks, I think. This is a really great run of fixtures. If you're looking at Ings replacement, everyone out there who's looking for an Ings replacement, I think you should either go to King, or after Wolves finish with their tough fixtures with Man City and Liverpool, go to Yota. Luke says, what is the best from three to have in the next few weeks? Okay, front three he meant. Okay, front three in the next best front three in the next few game weeks. That's a tough one. I would suggest you owning the likes of Harry Kane. If you see his fixtures after this game week, they face Brighton, Norwich, and Southampton. Harry Kane has a habit of scoring a hell lot of goals during the Christmas period. We've all seen it over years and years, again and again. And I think Harry Kane is one of those forwards who's not been selected by a lot of teams. If you see his ownership is just 20%, it's increasing, yes, but not that much. You can own him. He's a good option. If you see another option, which is we have Rashford. Rashford has also an easy run of fixtures, which is Watford, Newcastle, Burnley, and again Arsenal away. I really don't consider Arsenal as a really tough fixture. I know it's given difficulty for, but I don't see Arsenal defensively that strong or compact, and I think Arsenal is going to concede a lot of goals. Also said, Aguero's returning this week, guys. Aguero might start this week, and Aguero could be an option you might be looking for because with Jesus, City tend to play a bit slow and physically weak. With Aguero returning, they could win against Sheffield, Wolves, and Everton very easily. So for the next few game weeks, I would suggest Harry Kane, Aguero, and Rashford. Bilbao says Rashford or Jimenez for captain. If you ask me personally, might go for Rashford. I think they're a more reliable team than Wolves, and they play against a more weaker opposition. Watford have been miserable over the weeks, and I think it's more logical to captain someone who plays a really weaker team. Although if you're going to go differential, then go for Jimenez because if he earns a penalty, you know Jimenez is going to score them, and he's going to score them day in day out. So if you're hoping for a penalty, which what Norwich do leak out a lot of times, so Jimenez as a differential captain. Okay, I might just complete the draft. We take a cheap defender, I think around 4.3 million. I do not have a lot of options. I think I'm gonna put Williams. But I think he does not have great fixtures. Yeah, not Williams. Tomori is injured. Might must just go with Basham, double Sheffield, and then it again becomes Jimenez. So yeah, but if you understand what the idea over here is in this draft is to bring in players like Grealish, Yota, Rico if you haven't, Kelly, and Van Bissaka, a Manchester United defender. Yes, I know it's a bizarre pick, it's a differential pick, but I think Manchester United can pull this off. Shreyas says Vardy out. Shreyas, honestly, if you ask me, the only reason that you cannot take Vardy out is because of his price. The amount of price, like it depends on how when did you purchase him. But if you purchase him at 9, he's at 10.1 right now. You'll lose around 5.5, you'll gain zero point 0.5 million, but to buy him again you'll have to invest more zero point 0.5. So that's an issue because everyone's team is now mostly set. Where will you get that extra zero point 0.5? That's the only concern I have, and especially going into next year, we'll get a wild card. I don't think Vardy sell is the right option. I know Vardy is not going to score. I think Vardy is going to drop in form. As as stats suggest, he's not been involved in a lot of goals during the Christmas period. So yeah, you can risk Vardy out. I'm not saying do not you cannot do that, but you'll eventually lose zero point 0.5 million. So that's a concern. If you have a team where you can adjust point 0.5, point 0.6 million, then maybe just go Vardy out to Kane, Harry Kane. Luke says best captain for the week. Best captain I would suggest is Kevin De Bruyne. He's a safe captain. He's a midfielder. So if he scores a goal, I think that's going to be a best option. I don't see a lot of captain options this game week, so maybe captaining a midfielder is safe because even if he doesn't score, he'll get a clean sheet bonus point. Hi, Oisin. Good to see you, man. Okay, you want me to suggest you something? I am trying to check that if I can. Till then, if you guys have any other questions, please ask. Oisin, your overall rank is 3118113, and your team is Ryan Lundstrom, Alexander Chilwell, De Bruyne, Madison, Mane, Pulisic, Ings, Vardy, Jimenez. For this week, I think you can bench Mane and Alexander for Kelly and Rico. You might want to downgrade Chilwell to maybe Soyuncu because I don't see. I said that a lot of times in my previous videos as well. If you see the first video we made on the channel, I specifically mentioned that yes, Chilwell scored 19 points in that game against Southampton. But if you see his stats, he's not scored double digit hauls in apart from a game or two. That's not a consistent win back. If you see, he's not been providing a lot of assists. On the other hand, if you want a player who's going to just provide with you with clean sheets, I think Suyancho is a better pick. If you see, Suyancho is even has more points than Chilwell. So I and scoring only one goal, I think it's a better pick. If you see Chilwell's stats, he has one assist, and in the Southampton game, he has two assists and one goal. And in total, he has one goal and three assists. So if you see, there's not a lot of difference. Yes, in price, there's zero point 0.7 million difference. When I bought him, Solanke was 4.8. That was a lot of difference then as well. So I think even now, if you're buying a Leicester defender, go for Solanke. Or in future maybe Inks to Yota, or if you keep want to keep Jimenez, then Inks to King. As I said, that's a good transfer. And Chilwell downgrade to Solanke. Maybe upgrade Jimenez to Abraham next week if you're downgrading Chilwell. That could be an option for you, Oisin. Harsh Gupta says my FPL ID is this. Harsh Gupta, I'm trying to check if I can. Harsh Gupta rank is 997284. Your team is quite nice, quite decent. Maybe yeah, transfer out Ings to King or Ings to Mope. Mope has a mix of fixtures. He does not have good run of fixtures. He has a mix of fixtures, so maybe that's a risk. But if you're still willing to take it, Mope is a good option. Pookie, no, Pookie is injured. Pookie, don't take him. Barnes was injured, had good fixtures, now has tough fixtures, so Barnes is out. King, I see King as an option. I see Calvert Lewin as a good option for Moose, as I said. Okay, Bilbao, thanks. Great, it was great having you. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to our channel and do follow us on Instagram. Yeah, so Harsh, I think your team is pretty decent. You don't need a lot of changes. Maybe Inks to Calvert Lewin or King would be fine. If you have two free transfers, then maybe just bank one for the next game week. If you have money in the bank for the next game week, upgrade Muse or Inks to Abraham. Okay, guys, so I think we're gonna wrap this up. If you guys have any other questions, specifically put them in the live chat right now. We're gonna wrap it up in a couple of minutes. I'll be posting this wildcard team on Instagram if possible. For the free hit, yes, regarding free hit, as we discussed, I'll give you a team which you could play this week as your free hit team if it sits in your budget. If you first of One of the main things while playing free hit is to ensure that you do not have a lot of money spent on your bench. Do not do that mistake if you're playing free hit. Do not spend a lot of money on your bench. It's not going to help you. So this week you play up front. You have Yota, Rashford, and the third striker is tough for me, but I would go with Aubameyang if I have to. Oisin says Pulisic's replacements. Lucas Moura, yes, Lucas Moura or Marshall, and or maybe an upgrade to Ali, as I said before. I've said this before in the live chat as well. If you go through the chat, you'll understand. If you're playing my free hit, by the way, if coming back to that, I think you ought to go to the least valued player, which would be someone of 4.3 value. Eleni, I think, is a 4.3. Chong is a 4.3, so you can have Chong in your team as the fourth midfielder. Grealish, Son, and De Bruyne. You can own Richarlison, the likes of Richarlison. Defense, you can own Kelly. I don't think, but I think Kelly, yeah, Kelly is a better pick. I'm not sure if they'll keep a clean sheet, but Kelly, Rico, then if you have a look, you can keep a Manchester United defender. So I'll go with Aaron Wan-Bissaka. So that completes my free hit team. Also with the keeper, I might switch to Patricio since I have a lot of money left. So for the keeper this week, or maybe just keep Guetta as my keeper and switch from Kelly to someone like Doherty. That is another option you might be looking at because that also allows you to have another attacking defender in your team. So Guetta for 5.1 and upgrade Kelly to someone like Doherty. That still leaves you with how much money? That leaves you with 5.1. You can just auto pick some player you want to and then upgrade maybe Yota if you want to Jimenez. If not, you can keep this team, play 4-4-3. I think this should be set your free hit. Well, although I do not support the free hit idea this game week, if you can play a team without free hit, try doing that. Use the free hit in a double game week. Oisin, I haven't decided who am I giving captaincy to. I'll be deciding that later in the week. Luke, I'm trying to check your FPL ID. I am trying to log in. So if I get anything, I'll tell you. Chilwell to Kelly. Oh, that's a nice move, Harsh. You save a lot of money. If you, yes, for a couple of game weeks, you can do that. Maybe then upgrade some player to Soyuncu. That's not a bad move. You have a free transfer. And if you want to use it this game week. Blue, I've seen your team Henderson as a keeper. I don't think you need to double up on Sheffield. Maybe lose up on Henderson to someone like Guetta. Double up on Crystal is much better than double up on Sheffield. They have more home fixtures if you compare the fixtures. Pulisic is out for me. If you ask me, downgrade Pulisic to someone like Grealish and then upgrade Vardy or Rashford to Kane. Whoever scores more points this game week, that's the logic I might go to, and then upgrade them to Kane. That allows you to upgrade Muse as well to Calvert-Lewin. When Pulisic down to Grealish is a nice option. Well, you're set for this game week. Play Musa instead of Mane and Williams instead of Alex Arnold, Luke, and you should be good to go for the game week. Okay, guys, so that's a wrap for this video. It was a short live stream. I know we're going to do deadline with FPL tips on Friday. Hoping to see you guys. I'm going to discuss my transfers and the captaincy options and other stuff on Friday. So hope you guys make it. That's it in this video. Thanks for joining. This is FPL tips. Bye.